Hey guys, so what I have here today is the U.S. rifle caliber 30 M1, also known as the M1 Garand. Now, this rifle was made by a John Garand, a Canadian-born American. Pretty amazing story. I definitely suggest you look up the history of the rifle and its development. Pretty much, it's normal. What we're used to seeing now is not anything what it looked like in the beginning when he first started designing it. So I suggest you look up the history of that. It's pretty interesting. So with a lot of my rifles, if I'm going to be, say, putting it in my truck, or so a lot of times when I just put them up in my safe, I like to keep the magazines loaded. That way, if I ever need to, say, grab a gun because I need to shoot a hog or something, I have the magazine loaded. I don't have to go fumbling around with bullets. But I keep the chambers, empty for safety reasons. Now, with the M1 Garand, that's a little bit more tricky to do because when you load in the 8, it strips off the top one. And you see the M1 Garand, its internal magazine only holds 7 rounds. And it just, the way it works is the top one gets stripped off into the chamber, and then the remaining 7 are held in there. So now the way to get around that, if you want to keep the magazine loaded and not one in the chamber, is you put 7 on the clip. And, it holds the 7 pretty well. It's not, as firm as with 8, but it's good enough. So what you want to do is just load in this 7 like normal. And you want to keep pushing on that top round so that the bolt will travel over that top round. So you can see right now you have rounds in the magazine, but it's not pushing one in the chamber. So now you'll have 7 in the magazine and the chamber is empty. So I like to store it like this, and if ever you need to use it, all you have to do is... So here's a tip about loading the M1 clips. There's a billion videos about how to actually load them. I'm not going to show that, but I will tell you that when you load them, it's a good idea to try to load them like the one on my right hand here. You'll see the one on my right hand has the top round on the right side, and the one on my left hand has the top round on the left side. And it's the same thing on both sides. Now the reason why you want to load this on the right side is because now when you go to load this into your rifle, you want to use your right hand. And so with me, I find myself sort of putting my thumb around here, and I put a lot of that weight and pressure is just on this thin little piece of clip, because that's just sort of where my thumb kind of goes in. So I find it much easier if you use if you load your clips with the top round on the right, because that gives me that full round that I'm pushing on now. I'm not just pushing on a little piece of steel here. I'm actually pushing on this top round. And for me, just loading these guns a whole lot, I just found this to be much easier, and I encourage you to try this and see if you like it. Okay, so this is the thing that you need to remember when you're going to load a clip, the whole infamous hurting your thumb thing. So when you load a clip into the M1, you need to maintain pressure. You see right now I'm maintaining pressure on the round, and it's not doing anything because I'm holding it down. It's designed to stay down. Now when I release my thumb, it will go forward. But as long as you maintain that downward pressure, you're fine. So just remember, downward pressure on it, and hold that until you're ready to move your hand out of the way. These guns were made for men, so don't be afraid, and just push it in there and load your rifle. So now I'm going to show you a way of counting the rounds that are left in your clip. There's no way to see it or anything. So what you want to do is you want to pull back your bolt, and if you had a round chamber, it'd probably fly out of there. And now you need to press the release here on the left side of the receiver and put your hand over this to catch it. And so now you have your clip just popped out of your gun. Now release the bolt handle, and that bolt handle will put pressure on the clip and hold that in there for you. So now you can just look in, see how many rounds you have left, and then if you need to load an extra round, you simply just press the round into the top of the clip, just like that. After you load the round in there, however many you want, then you just go ahead and push it in there. And so that's how you check your round count and reload ammo into the clip while it's in the gun. All right, lastly here, this should be a no-brainer. If you want a way to carry an extra clip on your rifle, this is the way GIs did it. It's just a really handy way of doing it. You simply just put the clip on the sling. So you'll just hold the sling tight, push the clip onto your sling, and there you go. Now I like to make my rounds face the left side, so if I need to reload this, I can just grab the clip and reload right there. So I hope you found that information useful. I hope it comes in handy one day with you. I appreciate you watching the video. If you would please subscribe or whatever, it really helps me out. And if you have any more ideas for me, or you just like me to talk about something, just feel free to send me a message or comment on the video. And so thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you watching.